up guys, we are in sunny city of Ipoh and here are our top gems for this charming city. To start off the list, how better to know the city than to go for a self-guided trail. The Ipoh Heritage Trail goes through multiple landmarks to the city centre where you get to understand Ipoh's rich city history, how it transformed from a tin mining city to what it is today, as well as some of the iconic areas like the Concubine Lane where you can shop till you drop. Don't make our mistake and book the museum visits in advance. The entire trail can easily be completed within 2 to 3 hours as it consists of just a few blocks, but take it at your own pace, drink some local coffee and eat at the coffee shops. Remember to bring both your umbrella and your sunblock. Right up next, you can head to Book Access Kong Hing, which is actually within the Heritage Trails area. This unique gem of a bookstore is parked right within the historic Kong Hing building and was converted from one of the city's oldest banks. You can still see the remnants of its past as you head towards the basement, and we simply love that the giant vaults are now a literal safe haven for books. Get it? 15 minutes walk away from the bookstore, we have 42 Outlet, a must-go for thrift and vintage lovers. Located on the second floor of a shophouse, the store has everything and we felt like we just stepped into Japan, ranging from vintage clothing, shoes, bags, accessories, etc., all at fair prices. The items are also nicely curated and organized between the branded and not so branded. All great though. Now let's head outside the city centre. We visited the Perak Tong Caves, or Perak Cave for short. It is actually a Chinese Buddhist temple nestled within a limestone cave. There are beautiful murals adorning the cave walls and it extends quite deeply, so there's quite a bit to explore. If you're feeling adventurous, you can take the 450 steps up to reach a beautiful viewpoint right at the peak of the hill, with multiple rest stops along the way. Worth it? For sure! If the Perak Cave ignited that spark to explore nature, the Kledang Hill, which is a 20 to 30 minutes drive from the city centre, would be perfect. The 800 meter tall hill has multiple routes for people of different experience level and takes about 4 to 5 hours to reach the summit. You'll find some locals, mostly the elderly, hiking the same trail. Personally, we took the beginner route 4-2, which took us 2 to 3 hours up to about 400 meters where we reached a panoramic viewpoint before we headed down. Anyone here who's conquered it, how's the views at the peak? Comment down below. If you've liked our recommendations so far, drop a like and subscribe to see our recommendations across our adventures as we wander overland from Singapore to Europe, city by city. Anyway, let's move on. You know what goes best after a sweaty hike up the hills? Yep, an ice cold coffee. Cold Blue Specialty Coffee lies right beside the Eco Parade, which would have passed during the Heritage Trail. We really loved the white, minimalist interior and it just felt so cool, yet calming to just sit within that pure white space of perfection, enjoying that perfect brew. If you're up for a cafe hopping day, drop by Jalan Theatre Coffee. They roast their beans in-house and each cup is brewed to perfection by the attentive and affable barista. We sat at a table right outside the roaster and it was pretty therapeutic just watching the roasting process while enjoying the fruits of its flavor. The cafe, like all on our list, has great Wi-Fi, perfect for digital nomads like us. You must be asking, where's the famous Ipoh white coffee? We've got you covered. Hop by Magical Beans Cafe, located smack in the middle of town. Having tried multiple white coffee places at both local coffee shops and cafes, we found that this is one of the better ones, with the signature creaminess and chocolatey tones that Ipoh white coffee is so famous for, all for a relatively affordable price. Next up, we have the classic, the one that arguably made Ipoh white coffee reach the renown that it enjoys around the world today, Changjiang white coffee. You can't miss this if you're in Ipoh, extremely thick or gao as we say, not too sweet and rich. I'm drooling just thinking about it. Do try the very Instagrammable iced coffee where you get to see this liquid gold flow down the ice cubes, and if you're feeling hungry, they sell iconic Ipoh dishes as well. Can you claim you've been to Ipoh if you haven't tried their tauge or bean sprout chicken? Tauge chicken to Ipoh is like what Hainanese chicken rice is to Singapore. Though not served with rice, the tauge chicken is served with Ipoh's signature QQ aka al dente kway teow in a rich umami broth. And just like Hainanese chicken rice and life in general, there's the pop star famous but not so great and underrated gem. This is definitely the latter, though you'll need to travel for a bit as this is about 15 minutes drive from the city centre, within a residential area free of tourists with locals only. Another classic Ipoh dish, we have curry king. This is a store that has been around for a long time and it is located near the city centre as well, though not at a touristy area, and run by a former Malaysian national athlete. But don't let his history in sports deceive you. The curry kway teow served has a kick to it. It is said that his recipes are passed down for 100 years within his family, and it was so rich, just the right amount of spice, at least for me, and we strongly encourage you to try both the soup and dry versions, both of which are superb. The owner is also extremely friendly as well and would happily share his swimming stories with you. Ipoh is primarily a Cantonese settlement, so who's up for some dim sum? Chen Hei Ho restaurant, I probably butchered my Cantonese, served up some of the best dim sum that we'd argue is even better than those in Penang. Yes, the ones that we recommended. Each and every dish was simply packed with flavour and we had a hard time picking our favourite dish, so really, do yourself a flavour, see what I did there. Bring a ton of family and friends, or that one friend that does mukbang and just order everything. Next up, let's go back to some classic Malaysian Chinese street food. This is located smack in the middle of town as well and extremely easy to locate. Though there are several stores with similar names selling similar items along the same stretch, so do double check. They don't have many dishes on their menu, but each packs a punch. We ordered their watan ho and yukong ho, or smooth egg and moonlight kway teow, and boy, it was one of the best we've had in the whole of Malaysia lah. Last but definitely not least, in our classic fashion, we have to mention the amazing night markets of Ipoh, and as there are just so many of them, all of which have some amazing food, we'll leave the table here for you to save, and do drop a comment down below on some of your favourite street food stores from Malaysian night markets. Check out our vlogs here to see our adventures in Ipoh. Bye!